Hello, everyone. It's Charlton. Please subscribe to my channel, tap the notification bell, like this video. That helps me to keep making videos. I would appreciate it majorly. So I just kind of wanted. There's a couple other stories that have come forward since the three people that were killed in the Dominican or that died in the Dominican Republic in the same hotel, the Grand Bahia Principe. I think that is the Grand Bahia Principe Hotel La Romana. La Romana, I believe, is the town in Dominican Republic where that hotel is. I believe it's a chain of hotels. In any event, the couple that first it was reported on, and actually they died on the 30th. That was the day they were supposed to have checked out, and that's when they didn't check out. Hotel staff went to check on them. It's pictured on the right there. I think they were there. They had recently been engaged, or I believe. I'm not positive of that. And their names are very quickly Edward Nathaniel Holmes and Cynthia Day. They died on the 30th. And then 5 days earlier, on the 25th, Miranda Schwab died in the same hotel. It was actually on the 25th was the day this couple had checked in for their vacation. I believe they had been there for a number of days already, a few days, 5 days. I'm not positive. She and her husband, who I think were there on their anniversary, and the autopsies revealed very similar deaths. They died from respiratory failure and pulmonary edema, I believe, and she died of a heart attack. That I think, and respiratory failure. I believe that's mentioned here. So last month, Edward Nathaniel Holmes, I'm sort of just reviewing here, but there's other people who have come forward with relatives that have either died or they suffered very similar symptoms, just similar circumstances, whether it's just a coincidence, we don't know. The ambassador to the Dominican Republic from the United States put out a statement speaking to, or made a few comments speaking to Univision, that 2.7 million Americans visit the Dominican Republic, I guess, each year. So, these things do happen, and they're, in those kinds of numbers, you're going to have instances where people die and get killed and stuff. So whether they're isolated incidents, we don't know, or whether there's a connection between them all. But at least these two, the couple and the woman, died within a week of each other, and they both, after autopsies, seem to have died in similar ways. Although the woman had a heart attack in addition to respiratory failure. So Edward Nathaniel Holmes, 63, and Cynthia Day, 49, were found unresponsive in their hotel room in the resort in La Romana. Authorities in the Dominican Republic said a preliminary autopsy found the couple suffered respiratory failure and pulmonary edema caused by excessive lung fluid. Day also suffered cerebral edema. 5 days earlier, 41-year-old Miranda Schwab Werner died in her room with her husband nearby. The couple checked in on the same day. According to the Attorney General's Office of the Dominican Republic, a preliminary autopsy on Werner, showed she suffered from a heart attack, pulmonary edema, and respiratory failure. Toxicology results are pending, and the deaths remain under investigation by authorities in the Dominican Republic. So since then, there was a couple. First, I saw the couple that was interviewed on CNN who came forward, who have an open lawsuit against the same hotel, and they don't know exactly what made them sick, but they had similar, they believe they were contaminated in some way. They don't know if it was something they ate or drank, or if it was pesticides that were being sprayed nearby their room that were sucked into the room from the air conditioner. That seemed to be what they thought was the prime possibility, but they don't know. And I think they have an ongoing lawsuit with them. Their names are Kaylin Null and her boyfriend Tom Schwander, who are pictured here. I don't know that the Colorado couple who stayed at the same facility last year said they became violently ill after being exposed to what they suspect were insecticides spread through the air conditioning system. So, that's slightly different, but I don't know. But we don't know. We don't know what potentially killed the this couple and this woman, and whether it's just random things. But we just don't know. So, but these two instances sound more similar, or at least this one definitely. This is from a Maryland woman said 3 American tourists dying at a Dominican Republic's resort has her questioning the circumstances of her husband's death in that country. Dawn McCoy said that she does not believe it's a coincidence that her husband died in 2018 of pulmonary edema and a heart attack, much like the three at the Grand Bahia Principe resort guests who died within a week of each other. I started seeing all these other people that were dying of the same exact causes. I don't know if for her wedding anniversary, she visited the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Punta Cana last July along with her husband. So they weren't staying at the same hotel. She said her husband started feeling sick one night before he went to bed. He later woke up in the middle of the night covered in sweat. He couldn't sit up. He was making noises that you couldn't make out. She said she tried to talk to him, but all he did was mumble. He was struggling quite a bit to get out of bed and to talk. McCoy said the hotel doctor called the hotel doctor to the room, but her husband didn't survive. We went down there as a happy family, and we came home a broken family. So that they stayed at a different resort. So that's they're just. I mean, it's at the Dominican Republic. This woman actually stayed at the same resort, I believe. A Brooklyn woman says she barely escaped with her life from a deadly Dominican Republic resort after a bleach-filled soda bottle turned her romantic getaway into a horror show. Maybe she didn't. Awilda Montez, 43, told the Daily News Friday that she initially believed, that's her there, a simple mistake was behind the bizarre incident that left chemical burns in her mouth after she started vomiting blood October 25th inside her room in the luxury Bahia Principe, Bougainville. So that I don't know. I think that's the same chain. Pretty sure it is. It is. So, It is. It's the same chain, but it's just a different location on the island. You know, I thought the maid service maybe not. I thought the maid service maybe not to carry the bleach bottle from room to room would maybe put it into a smaller bottle, or maybe they were trying to take it home to clean their house. She said. But when news broke of the trio of Americans on the island, she began suspecting something more malicious. I honestly never imagined that somebody was trying to purposely do that until now, until watching these 3 deaths. Now I'm thinking, had the hotel investigated this mystery, they would be alive. She was a guest at the same resort complex where the 3 tourists died in Dominican last month. One woman who was staying at the hotel as Montez collapsed after getting a drink at the minibar in her room. According to a spokesman for the dead woman's family and a Maryland couple. That's going on to talk about these 2 people, these 2 incidents. So, I mean, that one sounds strikingly similar, but I'm not. I mean, I'm not totally clear on. So, like how she came to drink this bottle that actually had bleach in it. Awilda Montez, 43, told the Daily News Friday that she initially believed a simple mistake was behind the bizarre incident that left chemical burns in her mouth after she started vomiting blood. On October 25th, inside her room of the luxury Bahia Principe Bougainville, I thought the maid service maybe to not carry the bleach bottle from room to room would maybe put it in a smaller bottle. Or maybe they were trying to take it home to clean their house, she said. But when the news broke, so I don't know. There was a bottle that had bleach in it. There was a small bottle that she ended up drinking. You know, I don't know. I don't totally get that. So Montez and their then boyfriend had a few drinks at the bar when they arrived, she said, before heading up to their room. A thirsty Montez grabbed a soda bottle from the minibar and took a big sip. I noticed there was no fizz in it, but I just figured it was a Dominican soda. It was kind of flat, so I took a swig. and luckily I kind of held it in my mouth a bit, and I felt it burn. I swallowed a bit, and then ran into the bathroom and spit it in the sink. Okay, so there was a bottle in the mini bar, in the mini, you know, in the mini bar fridge from the mini bar. Montez grabbed a soda bottle from the mini bar that apparently had something in it, and she's just thinking maybe a cleaning lady had put it in there. That's what she thought before she saw these other incidents, that by mistake, so that they would, I don't know. It's kind of weird, but that was just, she's just trying to figure out, you know, how could that accident sort of mistake kind of happen? But now she sees these other deaths and thinks maybe it wasn't a mistake, because according to, you know, this incident, she had a drink from the mini bar after, you know, either going to dinner or right before going to dinner, something like that. And that's when she started having the heart failure and collapsed, I believe. These two, we don't know, because they were just found in the room dead after they didn't check out. And again, this couple, I don't know, this one seems to be a little bit different than circumstances. And they stayed at a different resort, as I understand it. All right, well, that's the story there, man. It's very, very strange, and, you know, I think a lot of people have a lot of ideas. But I will, real quick before I go, man, I noticed, I don't know, I was sort of surprised by the ambassador, what she had said, or at least according to Univision, what she told them. So on Tuesday, the U.S. State Department confirmed 3 American tourist deaths to People magazine, this is People, and said in the statement that the U.S. Embassy is actively monitoring the investigations by the Dominican authorities into these tragic deaths. We stand ready to provide assistance as requested. Univision reported that Robin Bernstein, the ambassador of the United States to the Dominican Republic, said the recent high-profile incidents involving American tourists in the Caribbean island nation, including the assault of a woman at another resort, which I didn't talk about, were isolated cases. We have 2.7 million Americans who come to the country, and the statistics is that this is a very unique event, Bernstein said. They come to visit the beautiful beaches and enjoy the culture. Unfortunately, sometimes those things happen to people. I don't know, that seemed like an odd statement for an ambassador of the United States to that country over the deaths of Americans, but I don't know. All right, well, that's the story there, man. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below. I'll see you in the next video. Later, man.